Hello everyone, this is Pat with Angel Divination with our daily Oracle card reading and message for Tuesday the 12th of June 2012. For today's reading I was guided, or I felt called and drawn to use the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. I didn't think about it at first, that was just the deck I felt called to, but then I remembered that we have a 12/12 in the date today, and from a previous reading I remember that from Doreen's um, Goddesses and Angels book that this has to do with it being Holy Mother Day. So I guess it's no surprise that I was drawn to that. And together, 1 and 2 in angel numbers means with faith and focused thought, you can manifest anything very rapidly. So let's get into the reading for today. But before I do, I have extra copies of this book. And if you're interested in purchasing them, you can just email me and let me know. And I'd be happy to give it to you at half price. It's a really great book. It goes for $24.95 at retail. And so you can get it for half of that. And just let me know, and I'd be happy to mail it out to you. So anyways, let's see what the goddess message is, what their message is for today with the 12/12. June 12th of 2012. What do they wish us to know? Okay, nothing seems to be jumping out at the moment, so we may just have to pick a card. Oh, here's one that's flipped out. This is Coventina, and the card says purification, and the message on it says, it is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. Okay. Now, although this specifically says body and mind, as you can tell from looking at this picture, Coventina is a goddess of the waters. Any kind of body of water she's affiliated with, and she's the goddess that also had to do with the tradition of throwing coins into wells or into pools of water and making a wish with it, because she is the one who grants the wishes. But so it has to do with purification as it's related to water. I think like part of the message is to drink a lot more water today, especially in those areas that are experiencing or may be experiencing more higher temperatures than usual. I know in the United States there's some areas that are experiencing some significant forest fires. So and in some way the forest fires do purify aspects of the forest, but where she's a goddess of the waters, I feel like perhaps there's maybe some rain being sent in that way in response to prayers for help. But I also get, as I look at this card, that it's a reminder to bless the water that you drink. Okay, you can do that with, by calling in any divinity, really, or putting your own personal blessing on, the water that you drink, so that it's healing for you before you drink it. And so the card in general is about being conscious of your mind, where your thoughts are going. It's a message to, let go of the toxins that you may be have around in your environment, as well as, ones that you may be repeatedly ingesting. So, it's an indication of you deciding to, kind of clear things out, get rid of the stuff that you're not using, letting go of the excesses, in your diet, or like I said, becoming aware of the toxins around you. And in some way, it could mean that you're just cleaning out something today using water to really, rinse it out and giving it a good clean out. So it has many applications today. But in terms of our personal progress, our personal growth, our spiritual growth, it's really about clearing out the clutter of your mind and heart, and observing the way that you talk to yourself, and, being kinder to yourself with your own words. I notice I've noticed with myself when I've gotten this card, and I notice with many people, the minute we make a mistake, it's our initial reaction to say, "Oh, that was so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm such a dodo." But, and this card is about really, cleaning that up and not being that, negative with yourself. We all make mistakes, and it's very common to make mistakes when we feel stressed or pressured. So, or when we're trying to juggle a lot of things. So, it's about cleaning up the way you maybe even speak to yourself, okay? Let's see what other message there is that goes along with this. Oh, okay. Dana's come out. She jumped right out there. It says, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. And this is the High Priestess card. Dana is considered to be the leader of the Irish Tuatha De Danann. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that right. But that is the fairies, the leprechauns, the fae, in other words. And, this sort of speaks to me of, I know yesterday Angel Steve on her channel, when she picked the Archangel cards for the day, she got Gabriel about stepping into roles of leadership with regard to spiritual teaching. And this card has a very similar message to that, because it clearly does say you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. And I don't want you to think that spiritual teaching necessarily has specifically to do with a religion or being in the New Age world or anything like that. To me, spiritual teaching is about when you are sharing your wisdom with others. It's, when you maybe have a bit more wisdom about something you're involved with, an experience of life, or what have you, and you're sharing that knowledge with others who haven't been through it before. It could be that you've been through a life experience with an illness and recovered from it, and now you're helping others who are going through it too. That is a form of spiritual teaching. So, when we speak of that, I want to make sure it's sort of understood that it's kind of it can be a very broad area. It's about sharing your wisdom and knowledge with others that is of benefit to them. And we all have that element of us to give in some capacity. And even though it's a goddess card, it doesn't necessarily particularly pertain to women. It very much speaks to men too as role models, or whomever that they may be teaching. But so, and next to the purification card, the message I get around it is to, purify your thoughts, in relationship to that conversation and the way you think of yourself and the way you speak to yourself. I feel like it goes out to some people who still may feel that they can't step into roles of teaching because, well, who would listen to me, or, I don't express myself well, or I can't get up in front of people, or, they don't feel in some way. They tend to be more self-depreciating of themselves and their abilities. So, Coventina comes in here and says, clean that up a little bit. And, Dana's reinforcing that, yes, you are a spiritual teacher, and it's important to come forward and help other people with your knowledge. You don't have to force it upon them. It can just be offered. And, I think Coventina is also urging us to send some healing energies to the water, the waters of the earth. She is a goddess who is involved with any kind of healing body of water, and I want to clarify that a little bit more with the description in the booklet here. It says she's a powerful Celtic goddess of waters, including the oceans, lakes, streams, ponds, and rivers. She protects bodies of water and their inhabitants, and she's happy to give you a divine assignment related to environmentalism if you ask her. So, her message today may be going out to those of you who are involved environmentally with protecting and cleaning, protecting the animals of the water, and cleaning up the waters. And, I certainly feel that it's urging us to pay attention to, what's going on with the waters of the earth. We all know since, there's been a lot of concern out there about what happened with Fukushima and the earthquake and the potential nuclear um, radioactivity that's leaching into the water. I know a lot of people have had concerns about that. So I feel like she's coming out today to, say call on her for help with healing the waters, for everybody who's involved in that. And that's part of the spiritual teaching that needs to take place, is that we need to be talking about are looking at what is going on with the oceans, the waters, the lakes, and the streams. Because, I mean, let's face it, folks, water is our lifeblood. Without water, there is no life on Earth. And if our water's tainted, well, that doesn't bode well for us. So, I think it's urging people to come forward and teach what you know about that and bring it to the forefront. In some way, step forward with it, speak the truth about it, and do what you can to, maybe lend your energies to it. So that to me is the message I get from these today. Personal as well as spiritual messages. So, anyways, have a lovely Tuesday, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks so much for watching the videos, and to all the new subscribers. I really do appreciate having you on here. Take care, everyone, and I'll speak with you again very soon.